History is repeating itself in Europe. In 1930, the population of Europe was 400 million people. Because of World War II, Europe lost almost 100 million people. And that time, there were no nuclear powers as it is now. If OTAN and Russia goes to war with this population of 750 million European people, we're just gonna see more than 500 million people dead. We don't want to see that, because this will be very difficult for Europe to recover, since they have got low birth rates and since there's no colonies, because that time they were having colonies in 1945. As a born-again Christian, we have the duty from the Lord to fight for truth and to fight for peace. So we are calling that OTAN and Russia, they must sit and negotiate urgently, not between Russia and Ukraine. This is a waste of time. We don't have time to waste here. And they create a peaceful Europe, not a game of arrogance and a game of superiority. Even if Adolf Hitler has failed, but after he has destroyed Europe, it will be the same as Russia. You cannot just think that Russia will just go away like that. Russia is not Libya. Russia is not Syria. Please, all the members of OTAN, remember your base of your ethics come from the Sermon of the Mountain. The Lord Jesus Christ, He expects you to go beyond your security. And as Africans, this is time for your financial independence, because there is no way that we're gonna always get help from the West. Follow this and you will hear what must be done urgently. Don't forget to subscribe, guys. God is calling you, all 54 African presidents. Please hear me, Excellency, to urgently meet at the African Union and create continental Pan-African taxes to each of 54 African countries, to goods and services and everything that is exchanged in terms of money. You will be able to collect every 7 to 10 years almost $500 billion to $1 trillion. Is it this possible? Yes, it is possible indeed. Remember, Nigeria created what is called Mandela tax from 1970 to 1994, was to liberate Southern Africa against apartheid. Everyone who was working in the government, they did collect 2% on their salaries, and they managed to collect within those 2 decades almost $61 billion. While that moment, Nigerian GDP was only $54 billion. But now it is almost $600 billion. If they manage on that moment to collect $61 billion alone, what about 54 countries now? We are logically able to collect half to $1 trillion every 7 to 10 years. You should also know that throughout history, Europe taxed 3 times in average to everything more than Africa. So, as European taxpayers for centuries suffer to conquer Africa, it is time for African taxpayers to suffer and liberate and build Africa. The private sector will be the one in collecting those taxes to avoid corruption. By creating that Mandela tax, Nigeria did not ask advice to England. Since September 2019 until now, they have sleepless years. So Lord calling me to tell you, I don't know why it's urgent. Do not take this decision separately. And the Lord is insisting, build 2 continental infrastructures, integrated high-speed railway, which will connect all 54 capital cities, and the Grand Inga Dam, which is capable to electrify all capital cities. And once it's done, you will continue to collect those taxes, adding to the shares of those infrastructures. You will be able to feed African Development Bank to almost $1 trillion of capitals, and it will become the IMF of Africa, it will become the World Bank of Africa, it will become the ISBN of Africa, it will become the Exim Bank of Africa. We will be able to build our own IMF and World Bank and create our own conditionalities and policies. Then it is on that stage that we'll be able to establish our central bank with our own common currency currency, which is Afro. We will ask all countries in Africa that are rich in reserve of gold to bring gold at their shares on the common central bank. Might have enough reserve asset for this currency. It is from there that we feed enough fund to our people. You should know that the difference between African people and European people is just because European people have got enough fund, enough money on the street, and how to go about it efficiently is written on this book. I'm the author. The title of the book is Africa, the Rising Economic Power. It is available on Amazon in English and French. And if you want to get it, the link is below this video. You will know much more in detail. A call to all African people, a call to all Pan-Africanists, a call to African diaspora worldwide. We are calling you to join our movement, which is in South Africa, composed by few African diaspora. We are calling you without discrimination to join us, to go to every single African Union General Assembly at the door and to impose this process to happen. No money will be asked from you. You will buy your own ticket by yourself. You will book your own hotel. All what is needed is your physical presence, that we might help our president. On this generation, we have good presidents, but they are in jail. We don't help them as Pan-Africanists, as activists. We have to help them to help us. They are ready to act. We just gonna insist the total financial liberation of Africa. African population is about to double. If we don't liberate ourselves financially, we just gonna eat each other. I'm sorry about this strong word, but if we manage and create our own World Bank, God is saying, go into your people. It's the same money. You will be free financially. He will support you. God is saying He's the one who protected you from slavery, using William Wilberforce to fight against slavery. Otherwise, brothers and sisters, oh my goodness, you could be slave as you speak now. But He helped you. He's saving you from sicknesses. He's now want to take you to become the first economic power of the world for 200 years ahead. It is possible. Even China did not know that is coming. God bless you.